very good afternoon. You're watching the midday news on Rajya Sabha television. My name is Ashwarya Kapoor and these are the headlines. Second phase nominations for Lok Sabha polls on 18th of April begins. Polling will cover 97 constituencies across 13 states. Also in Odisha, nomination process start for the second phase on 35 assembly seats. BJP Central Election Committee to meet, likely to finalize candidates for Lok Sabha polls. Congress releases a fifth list of 56 candidates. In Chennai, AIA-DMK and DMK release election manifestos. 34th GST Council to meet today to discuss issues related to the implementation of lower GST rates for real estate sector. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval asserts India will continue to act against terrorism, warns Pakistan of more action, says won't forget Pulwama attack. And President Ramnath Kovind confers Uttam Yudh Seva Medal to Lieutenant General Anil Kumar Bhatt for conducting successful counter-terrorist operations in Jammu and Kashmir. Sipoy Vijay Kumar, Constable Pradeep Kumar Panda conferred with Kirti Chakra posthumously. First up, let's get you all the election-related news. Filing of nominations for the second phase of elections to be held on 18th of April has begun. 97 parliamentary constituencies across 13 states will go to polls in this phase. And the last date for filing of nominations for this phase is 26th of March. The scrutiny will take place the next day, while 29th of March is the last date for the withdrawal of candidature. All the 39 parliamentary constituencies of Tamil Nadu will go to polls in this phase. Voting will take place for 14 seats in Karnataka, 10 in Maharashtra, 8 in Uttar Pradesh, 5 seats each in Assam, Bihar and Odisha, 3 each in Chhattisgarh and West Bengal, 2 in Jammu and Kashmir and 1 seat each in Manipur, Tripura and Puducherry. Remember, the Lok Sabha elections are going to start on 11th of April and will continue till 19th of May in 7 phases, and the counting will be held on 23rd of May. Meanwhile, nomination process has started for the second phase of polling on 35 assembly seats in Odisha. And the BJP Central Election Committee will meet in New Delhi today and discuss the candidates for UP, Rajasthan, West Bengal and Odisha. The list is likely to have the names of the candidates for the first and second phase of elections, which will be held on 11th of next month and the 18th of April. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Party President Amit Shah and other top BJP leaders will attend the meeting. Remember, the election for 543 parliamentary seats will be held in 7 phases till 19th of May, and the counting of votes will take place on 23rd of May. The Narendra Modi government systematically and consistently introduced the much-needed second-generation reforms in the country, says Finance Minister Arun Jaitley. Continuing his Agenda 2019 series of blogs, in Part 8, Arun Jaitley described the 14 iconic reforms of Prime Minister Narendra Modi government. The senior BJP leader highlighted several game-changing decisions taken over the last 5 years. Arun Jaitley highlighted the taxation reforms, measures to curb black money, enactment of insolvency and bankruptcy code, demonetization, steps to check inflation, promoting cooperative federalism, rollout of Ayushman Bharat scheme, social sector investment and infrastructure development as the country's game-changing decisions. He said that 5 years is not a long period in the life of a nation. It can, however, be a turning point in its direction for progress. He added that the year 1991 was an important watershed in the Indian history, as the then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao was Confronted with an economic crisis, the economic situation compelled reforms. He said that after the initial 2 years from 1991 to 1993, the Congress party became apologetic about the reforms. He said that the UPA governments between 2004 to 2014 got stuck into slogans rather than economic expansion. Jaitley said that Prime Minister Modi's government was elected when India was already a part of the Fragile Five, and the world was predicting that India's eye will be knocked off from the BRICS. The government had no options and it was committed to reforms. Reform or perish, that was the challenge before the Indian economy. Therefore, the government systematically and consistently introduced several reforms spread over a period of 5 years, which will go down in India's economic history as the second generation of reforms that were much needed.
इस देश में भ्रष्टाचारियों का बोलबाला था। 2008 से लेकर 2014 तक बैंकों ने 18 लाख करोड़ जो ऋण दिया हुआ था 2008 में, उसको 55 लाख करोड़ कर दिया। लोगों ने बैंकों को लूट लिया कांग्रेस की हुकूमत के दौरान, और बैंक आगे ऋण देने की स्थिति में नहीं थे, एनपीएस हो गए। हमने क्या किया? जो इंसॉल्वेंसी और बैंकरप्सी कोड लाए, जो इस प्रकार के प्रशासक थे कंपनियों के, उनको कंपनियों से बाहर निकाला, उनकी कंपनियों की नीलामी की, नए लोग आ रहे हैं, ऋण उतार रहे हैं ताकि बैंक गरीब की सेवा कर पाए।
And the DMK party today promised to do away with the national eligibility cum entrance test for medical admissions, releasing the party's election manifesto for the Lok Sabha election in Chennai today. Party President K. Stalin said that steps would be taken for implementing reservation in the private sector. The party also assured the steps for the waiver of all the educational loans taken by the students. The DMK chief also promised to bring back the old pension scheme for both the central and state government employees. Remember, the DMK is contesting 20 seats in the state, allotting the remaining 19 to its allies. The state goes to polls in a single phase on 18th of April. And the AIADMK today also has promised a slew of measures in its manifesto, including a national poverty eradication initiative that will be named after late Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha. Now, this was released as the party released its manifesto for the general election in Chennai. The Deputy Chief Minister, O. Selvam, said that based on the experience already gained by the AIADMK government in this regard, a direct transfer of 1,500 rupees per month to the targeted population of poor and the deprived should not be difficult to implement. The state goes to polls in a single phase on 18th of April. News from Odisha now, where the Biju Janata Dal released its first list of candidates for the 9 Lok Sabha seats on Monday. Party President and Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik on Monday fielded 8 new faces, including 2 Rajya Sabha MPs and 2 Congress turncoats who had joined the BJD recently. The party also declared 54 of the 147 candidates for the assembly elections. The Lok Sabha and Assembly elections will be held simultaneously in Odisha in 4 phases, beginning 11th of April. And the Telugu Desam Party has released its third list of 36 candidates for the upcoming elections to the Andhra Pradesh Legislative Assembly. The polling will be held on 11th of April. The party has also released the list of 25 candidates for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Ashok Gajapati Raju is to contest from Vizianagaram, and Kesneni Srinivas from Vijayawada, Galla Jaydev from Guntur, and N. Shivaprasad from Chittoor. And the Congress party has released its fifth list of 56 candidates for the Lok Sabha elections, including 22 from Andhra Pradesh and 11 from West Bengal. The list also included 8 candidates from Telangana, 6 from Odisha and 5 from Assam, besides the 3 remaining seats from Uttar Pradesh. Last week, the Congress party had called off alliance talks with the left parties. The Congress has fielded former President Pranab Mukherjee's son Abhijit Mukherjee from the Janigepur Lok Sabha seat. Former PCC chief Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary is going to be fielded from Behrampur, and former Minister Priya Ranjan Das Munchi's wife Deepa Das Munchi from Raiganj. The list was declared after a meeting of the Congress Central Election Committee chaired by Rahul Gandhi earlier in the day. The Congress has so far announced a total of 137 candidates for the Lok Sabha elections. The party separately also issued a list of 36 candidates for Odisha Assembly elections. And ahead of Lok Sabha polls, the Election Commission has called all social media companies to discuss the content and policy and response time over complaints. Representatives from Google, Twitter, WhatsApp and TikTok are expected to share updates on the system that they propose or have already put in place to take down the poll campaign that violate the laws as well as model code of conduct. The Election Commission will also discuss the pre-certification of all political advertisements on social media platforms by Media Certification and Monitoring Committee. The BJP has got approval for its 23 requests for putting out advertisements in the electronic media, while the Congress party has submitted its first application. The Aam Aadmi Party is yet to make an application. When the model code of conduct is in place, the political advertisements have to be certified by the Media Certification and Monitoring Committee within 24 hours of submission. The Commission has engaged the services of social media company Basil to monitor the social media and create a voter awareness through Facebook and Twitter. On to some other news now. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval attended the 80th CRPF anniversary day today at the CRPF Academy in Gurugram. And speaking at the event, Ajit Doval issued another warning for Pakistan and said that the country has not forgotten the Pulwama terror attack. He further added that more action will be taken against terrorists and also those who support them. He said that the leadership will choose its time and method to tackle the terrorists and those supporting terror activities. NSA Ajit Doval also paid floral tributes to the martyrs of the force, including the martyrs of the Pulwama attack at the memorial.
मैं 40 उन बहादुर जवानों को जिन्होंने अपनी सर्वोच्च बलिदान दिया और पुलवामा के अंदर में एक बहुत ही दारुण उस घटना के अंदर में इतनी सारी जानों की आहुति इस बल को और राष्ट्र को देनी पड़ी। राष्ट्र इसको न भूला है न भूलेगा। हमें क्या करना चाहिए, हमारा मार्ग क्या हो, हमारा ध्येय क्या हो, हमारी प्रक्रिया किस प्रकार की हो, उसका समय क्या हो, हमारा इसका निर्धारण इस देश के नेतृत्व इसका निर्धारण करने में वो सक्षम भी है और उसमें हौसला भी है।
BJP MLA Pramod Sawant takes charge as the new Goa Chief Minister. Sawant was sworn in as the new Chief Minister of Goa during the wee hours of Tuesday. After multiple postponements of the oath ceremony on Monday, Pramod Sawant was sworn in by Goa Governor Mridula Sinha at Raj Bhavan at 1:50 a.m. The tough negotiations with the BJP allies were resolved after party chief Amit Shah stepped in and 2 leaders of the MGP joined the BJP. The new government was sworn in with the support of 20 MLAs, including 11 from the BJP and 3 each from GFP, MGP and Independents. All the ministers who were part of the erstwhile Manohar Parrikar-led cabinet were also sworn in by the governor. Sudhin Dhavalikar of the MGP and Vijay Sardesai of the Goa Forward Party are the new deputy chief ministers.
कायद्यामध्ये विस्थापित झाला अशी भारतीय
पार्टी ने मुझे जिम्मेदारी दी है मेरे ऊपर, मुझे जिम्मेदारी संभालनी है। ये जिम्मेदारी संभालने, दिस इज़ अ वेरी बिग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी जो पार्टी ने मेरे ऊपर दी है, वो हर तरह से अच्छी तरह से निभाने की मेरी कोशिश रहेगी।
मनोहर पर्रिकर जी की जो लेगेसी आपको मिल रही है उसको किस तरीके से?
मैं एक बात आपको जरूर कहूँगा, क्योंकि मैं जो भी कुछ हूँ यहाँ पे आज, वो मनोहर पर्रिकर के लिए ही हूँ। एक ही मिनट, क्योंकि उन्होंने ही मुझे पॉलिटिक्स में लाया और उन्हीं के वास्ते मैं स्पीकर बना, उन्हीं के वास्ते सीएम बना।
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi also congratulated Pramod Sawant and his cabinet, and he hoped that Sawant will build on the previous government's work. In midday news, we'll take a very short break. News and updates continue on the other side.
Enter the majestic forecourt of Rashtrapati Bhavan and you'll come across the Jaipur column. A gift to the Viceroy from Savai Madho Singh, the Maharaja of Jaipur, to commemorate the creation of the new capital. The 145-meter high column is crowned with 6 pointed crystal stars on a bronze lotus, and inside the stone shaft runs a steel tube which weighs a little more than 5 tons. The base of the column has text conceived by Lord Irwin and Sir Edwin Lutyens inscribed on it. She survives on an artificial leg.
दिव्यांगता सिर्फ हमारे मन से होता है। जो इंसान अपने दिमाग से दिव्यांग है वो कुछ नहीं कर सकता।
Is an example of grit, courage and determination.
मेरी सबसे बड़ा कमजोरी मेरा पैर, जिसकी वजह से लोग मुझे रोक रहे थे। दूसरा था कि एक महिला है, दूसरे विकलांग हो गई है, तो अब नहीं हो सकता। तो वो चीज़ है कि अच्छा ऐसा क्यों नहीं कर सकते। मैं यही कहूँ कि अगर आप माउंटेनिंग करना चाहते हैं तो कभी भी नेम फेम के लिए माउंटेनिंग करिएगा। माउंटेनिंग अपने दिल से, माउंटेनिंग अपना पैशन बना के करिएगा।
Whatever it takes स्पिरिट है, never say die स्पिरिट है, उसको सिर्फ मैं सलाम कर सकती हूँ।
Watch to the point with the only female amputee mountaineer in the world, Arunima Sinha, only on Rajya Sabha television.
A London court has issued an arrest warrant against jeweler designer Nirav Modi. Nirav Modi is the main accused in the $2 billion PNB scam case. The Westminster Magistrate Court issued the warrant against Nirav Modi, who will be formally arrested and brought before court for bail. Legal proceedings for his extradition will begin thereafter. The ED and the CBI are investigating Nirav Modi, his uncle Mehul Choksi and others for alleged money laundering and corruption. Nirav Modi has been charge-sheeted by both the agencies, and the ED has also attached his assets under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. And the 34th GST Council meeting today is expected to take up several issues on priority, including the implementation of lower goods and services tax rates for the real estate sector. However, there will be no discussion on issues related directly to the tax rates, as it would violate the Model Code of Conduct. The previous meeting, held on 24th of February, saw the council slashing the tax rates for under-construction flats to 5% and also affordable homes to 1%, effective from 1st of April this year. And Anil Ambani has thanked his elder brother and Reliance Industries chairman Mukesh Ambani for the timely support, as Reliance Communications announced that it has made the payment of 550 crore rupees to Ericsson. Anil's heavily debt-laden Reliance Communications made a 550 crore rupees payment, including interest, to Ericsson just a day before the expiry of the deadline set by the Supreme Court to clear the dues or face a 3-month jail term. Soon after making the payment, RCom announced termination of a 17,000 crore rupees deal to sell the telecom assets like Spectrum to Mukesh Reliance Jio, citing delays in approvals from the government and lenders. And Aviation Minister Suresh Prabhu today directed his ministry's secretary to hold an emergency meeting on debt-ridden Jet Airways. The minister's direction came in the wake of the airliner drastically reducing its operations due to liquidity crunch. Prabhu, in a tweet, asked the Civil Aviation Secretary to get a report on jet compliance issues immediately from DGCA. Earlier on Monday, Jet Airways engineers body had written to aviation regulator DGCA seeking its intervention in the recovery of their salary dues, saying that non-payment of salaries was affecting the psychological condition of the people, which in turn was a risk to the airline's flight operations. And China has termed the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks carried out by Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Toiba as one of the most notorious terrorist attacks. Now, this was listed in a white paper that was released by the State Council Information Office of People's Republic of China on Monday. The paper also said that the global spread of terrorism and extremism over the year has inflicted agony on humanity. The Mumbai attacks were mentioned alongside other notorious attacks such as the 11th of September attacks in the US, the 2002 Bali bombings and the 2013 attack on the Westgate shopping mall in Kenya, as well as the 2015 attacks in Paris. The white paper, titled "The Fight Against Terrorism and Extremism and Human Rights Protection in Xinjiang," said that nearly 13,000 terrorists were arrested in China's northwestern Xinjiang province since 2014. Under a chapter titled International Counter-Terrorism Exchanges and Cooperation, the paper said that throughout the world, terrorism and extremism gravely threatens peace and development and endangers the life and property of individuals, and also striking aggressively at terrorism and furthering the de-radicalization effort is the common responsibility of the international community and essential to the protection of human rights. The release of the paper coincided with Pakistan Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi's visit to China. The paper comes days after China put a technical hold on India's bid in the UNSC to designate Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar as a global terrorist. And President Ramnath Kovind today presented a gallantry awards and distinguished service decorations at the Defence Investiture ceremony held at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. The Uttam Yudh Seva Medal was conferred upon Lieutenant General Anil Kumar Bhatt for the successful counter-terrorist operations conducted under him in Jammu and Kashmir.
कार्रवाई कर दी। गोलीबारी में वे घायल हो गए, परंतु
And Kirti Chakras was conferred upon Sepoy Vijay Kumar of Indian Army and Constable Pradeep Kumar Panda of the CRPF posthumously for displaying exceptional bravery and commitment to duty during counter-terrorist operations in Jammu and Kashmir. Both of them made the supreme sacrifice for the country. And President Ramnath Kovind also conferred a Shaurit Chakra Award upon Irfan Ramzan Sheikh of Jammu and Kashmir for foiling an attack by 3 terrorists on his house in 2017 when he was 14 years of age. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Midday News. Thanks for watching.